What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the TD Podcast. We are your hosts, Tony and Dak, and in today's episode, we are going through our Waiver Wire Wednesday. What is Waiver Wire Wednesday? It is where we go through our fantasy football waivers, how we did, studs and duds, matchups we don't like, and a couple other things, other times and fun stuff. We all fantasy football, full, all gas, no breaks. Yeah, what I mean. If you watch WWE, you understand that. If you don't, then you don't.
And you went full gas, no brakes on me this week.
I sure did. I went full gas, no brakes on the entire league this week. Those of you that don't know, those of you that are new, Dak and I are in a dynasty league. We have been for the last 3 seasons, and I dropped 219 points on this man's noggin to his 141.
Granted, okay, let me say this: we start 3 defensive players, and we start an extra flex. So there's not like he's having the team of his life scoring 219. 219 is still good.
We have a lot of
200 is still good.
People. Yeah.
But he had some legacy games between T. Higgins and Brock Bowers. They scored all of his points. Let's be honest. Brock
Geno Smith, Bijan Robinson, Rico Dowdle, also all dropped 17 plus. Parker Washington also. I have a big brain. And then T.J. Watt also added on to that. So 219 points total.
Should have been on my team this week, but he couldn't figure out how to accept the trade.
But you send bad trade offers. So
the last one was pretty bad. Yeah.
Let's put you on blast for a second here. Darius Slayton in a first is what I get for T.J. Watt, Jacoby Myers in a second. Put this man on blast in the comments, please and thank you.
That's not blast. The first round, you realize that first round, it could be a top 3 pick.
It's your pick.
Yeah, it could be top 3. I'm sitting at 11th right now.
You suck that bad?
It could move to top 3. We're separated. First place and 11th place is separated by 2 games.
Yeah. So, but if I give you T.J. Watt and Jacoby Myers, you're not going to be there.
Depends.
No, it doesn't.
I could easily. I want T.J. Watt because if I had T.J. Watt and Fred Warner, dude. Oh.
But in all fairness to Dak, I also would have blown out the rest of the league because the next highest score was 175. So I scored about 40 more points than everybody else in the league. Thank you, Brock Bowers. Missed you.
He still doesn't have a ship, boys. He still does not have a championship.
I don't.
Best league record in the league, doesn't have a chip.
By a long shot.
This guy has a championship.
Okay,
because I build championships around here.
Yeah, you also build nursing homes with your roster, so.
I mean, my favorite team is the Niners. What can I say?
Yeah. Well, you need a hospital for the Niners.
Yeah. Tyler Warren did not do well this week, as I expected, and Bo Nix had a solid week, despite I was saying that he wasn't going to have a very good week.
Yeah, who said? Let me go back here real quick. Let me take a gander at who I said was going to have a good game. Bijan versus Miami. No, that wasn't last week.
That was 2 weeks ago.
That was 2 weeks ago. Where's this episode? Where's those notes at? See, if somebody would mark their notes when they make the sheet, it'd be a lot easier.
Now.
I found it.
It's episode 33.
Oh, yeah.
Buddy.
Whoever runs across the middle for the Jags. You know who ran across the middle for the Jags? Parker Washington.
Had a great game.
He did have a great game. He had 18 points. So leave that to me. You thought, well, that's just silly. You're just fading the Raiders. And I was right. Parker Washington had a great game.
He was indeed just fading the Raiders, guys.
And you know what? I was right. I was right. I know what I was talking about. So eat that. I know when to and when not to bet on my team. Now, my top performer of the week, my boy Brock Bowers, 43.3 points, depending on your scoring. If you're not PPR, then you're wrong. 12 catches for 127 yards and 3 touchdowns on 13 targets and 1 carry for 6 yards. Only projected 12.7 points. Whoever makes those projections is goofy. Come on now. Brock Bowers has 12 points with messed up leg. I'm pretty sure he did that in week 2. Now I got to go back and fact check it. Give me 1 sec before I get into my studs and duds, or my stud
is on the same team.
Yeah,
his stud on the same team. So I was looking into my stud, not necessarily a stud of a week, but Chase Brown, given the struggles he's had all season, he didn't run the ball well. 11 carries for 37 yards, but on the receiving end, he had 8 catches for 75 yards, on 14 targets. A running back is receiving the ball 14 times. A lot of targets, and I think it's pretty good, pretty stud worthy.
So
going that far,
he didn't have 12 points, but he had 8, 9, and 9 with a messed up leg. So, come on now. Now, my most surprising stud of the week, somebody I've been dunking on since week 2, because he has been the most disappointing player that has ever joined the Raiders franchise.
Did he throw an interception this week?
He sure did. Threw an easy one. Easy interception. And blamed Michael Mayer for it. That man has no, what is the word? Accountability.
Accountability?
Yep.
I mean, throw him and 2 in a room and see what happens.
When he was asked about, so for those of you that don't know, the Raiders lost on their 2-point conversion in overtime, and he double clutched it. He did one of these things, and
that was wide open.
And Devon Hamilton jumped up and swatted the ball, and they won.
That was wide open.
And Tyler Lockett was booty butt naked in the end zone. And you know what happened when Geno Smith was asked about it? What happened? Why the double clutch? He said, "Man, that's football." Like, dude, shut up. Bench. Aiden O'Connell, we trust. But
sounds a little bit like Carson Beck if you're not familiar with his situation. They
had
2 game ceiling losses this year in college football.
For fantasy football and Waiver Wire Wednesday, we do not give a rip about wins and losses in the NFL column. We care about wins and losses in the fantasy football column. And Geno Smith probably won somebody a game or 2 this week. Well, actually, hold on. He was started in 28%. So somebody was very happy when he actually showed up to play some football. 29 for 39, 284 yards, 4 touchdowns, and obviously an interception because he's thrown an interception all but 2 weeks. He didn't throw an interception against the Chiefs, but he also had 67 passing yards. So, yeah. Duds of the week. Ladd McConkey is for me. That man had 7 targets. On those 7 targets, he had 4 catches for 56 yards. Now, that's a decent game. But against the Titans...
About 11 points.
That's 9.6 points. But against the Titans... that is just unacceptable. For what I traded for him in this offseason is unacceptable. But something else that is unacceptable. I mentioned this to Dak before we recorded any of our episodes today. I said, you know who else I'm putting on this list? I said, Nick Bonito. He said, dude, that's a defensive player. I said, you know what? Shut up and let me talk ball. That's not what I said, but that's what I'm saying now. That man had 2 fantasy points against the Houston Texans. One of the worst offensive lines in the entire NFL. You know who else wasn't playing quarterback for the Houston Texans? C.J. Stroud.
C.J. Stroud.
That man did not get to Davis Mills once. He had 1 total tackle, 1 solo tackle. 2 points. Nick Bonito, one of the best defenses in the league. That man is about to get sent off to the freaking dungeons of my bench until he learns his lesson.
Still won by almost 70 points.
I absolutely squashed the crap out of Dak, but that doesn't matter. I need perfection.
Yeah, the league, in our league, I think the highest points scored out of all time is 257. So, set this year actually.
It was
a guy that
has Juju Smith-Schuster
and Juju as his
starting.
Yeah.
It's my shift.
My dud of the week is Alvin Kamara had 0.7 points. 0.7 points. 6 carries for 14 yards. 1 catch for 3 yards. You're like, oh, well, that's more than 1 point, right? Nah, he had a fumble. And it's really just been a test to Alvin Kamara's season. He's got 1 touchdown the whole year. And his biggest threat is his own team right now.
How did he not get traded?
He doesn't want to leave. He wants to stay in New Orleans. And he's just going to continue to have these bad games, bad seasons. And we all just sit here and remember Christmas Day when he had 6 touchdowns. And everyone that had him had a Christmas miracle.
Yeah, I do not have him. And I'm glad because I don't like retirement home people on.
I need to go make a trade for him.
Okay, so the all-time weekly high scores, I have it right here. I like doing research while you're talking. Is 243 points by, again, somebody who just joined the league. And then it's me from last year, 230 points. And then it's me at number 5 with 219 points. And then it's me at number 7 with 218 points. And then there's Dak at number 10 with 215 points. Just once. I'm there for 3 times.
But 215 was set, I think, the first year we were in the league. It was
2023, week 2.
Boom. I jumped out of like a cannon that year. I won championship that year. And now my team is still based on that team.
Sure is. So now we've got our waiver wire pickups. I hate to do it to you guys, but man, go pick up Jack Besh. The Raiders just dealt Jacoby Myers. Jack Besh was drafted in the 2nd round. He's a good football player. He's a good receiver. It just depends on if Geno Smith's going to dislodge his head from his butt crack. And if he's going to see the field. And if he's going to throw it to somebody that's not Brock Bowers. If he doesn't, I don't blame him. I would throw it to Brock Bowers every play of the game. But, man, I don't know what to tell you. Trey Tucker could have 5 yards of separation, and that man will throw it to the other team. I don't know what to tell you. I could probably make at least 1 completion to Jack Besh. I could. I got.
Seen you throw.
Yeah. You have seen me throw. And with 5 yards of separation, it doesn't take much to get to you.
I don't know. I've had a few about 10 to 15 yards separation, and the ball's underthrown.
Okay. Well, you know what? It's going to be a lot easier to throw to Trey Tucker, who's going to run to catch the football a lot faster than you would.
The ball was underthrown.
Yeah, well, if you ran the route properly, it wouldn't be a big deal. Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah. Let's not act like we're anything crazy here. Let's not act.
Okay.
Let's not be crazy here. Go talk about your waiver wire pickup.
My waiver wire pickup this week is Alec Pierce. He's owned in 17% of the leagues. And right now, he was just kind of seen as a deep ball threat, as again last year he led the NFL in yards per catch with 23-point-something yards per catch. It's down to 20 this year, but he had over 100 receiving yards last week, and clearly a weapon for the Colts that they're trying to get going in the short game. It's likely to happen. He had 6 catches for 115 yards last week and had 64 yards on the first drive of the game. Again, he's only owned in 17% of leagues. Wouldn't hurt to pick him up, and if you got a guy on the bye, he's going to be a good flex option.
You know who probably could have been a good short option for the Colts? Adonai Mitchell.
Anthony Richardson. Well, Anthony Richardson. Put him at tight ends.
I mean, honestly, maybe. No, he gets hurt too easily. But Adonai Mitchell would have been a good short. They should go get him. But
he had some points last week. He had a catch.
He had a catch. He actually was on the field. Well, they touches
the field.
They just traded him to the Jets. So
yeah.
So matchups we like to round off the episode. Matchups we like and do not like. I like Harold Fannin. I don't remember who they play, but it doesn't really matter.
He's on my taxi squad.
You're a menace. Let me check who they play again. Oh, the Jets. Yeah, 100%. 100%. They just tore their defense apart. They just traded away Sauce Gardner, Quinnen Williams, so there's going to be like negative pressure against old Dylan Gabriel, and there's going to be nobody to defend, and their only real target is Harold Fannin, because what are you going to do, throw to Jerry Jeudy? He's
hurt, I think.
That man's got butter for hands. Is he actually hurt? Hold on, let me go check that.
Hey, I think he's questionable.
That checks.
And Cedric Tillman has been out since like week 1. It feels like.
Oh, he threw 2 picks and 2 touchdowns. Last time. They have Malachi Corley. So David Njoku and Harold Fannin were the leading receivers in their game against the Patriots.
They running some 2 tight end sets, baby.
The whole league is running heavy sets. For those of you that don't know, that is likely 12 personnel or 13. Little ball knowledge for you, little timeout, little ball knowledge, drop some ball knowledge on you. 12 personnel, or 11 or 13 personnel. The first number is how many running backs are on the field. The second number is how many tight ends are on the field. So you got 21 personnel, 2 running backs, 1 tight end. You fill in the blank with the rest of the receivers. I don't want to do math right now, but there's 11 people on the field. Always 5 linemen, always a quarterback. 6, 7, 8, 9. You got 2 receivers. Just think split back in Madden. So quick ball knowledge for you. If you didn't already know that, now you do. You're welcome. We know ball. Continue.
Justin Jefferson is my matchup I like this week. The Ravens defense allowed a lot of passing yards last week to Tua Tagovailoa. JJ's on a heater right now. Can he stay hot? I think so. I know the Ravens just traded, get some defensive pieces, but I think that secondary is still banged up. They might be getting healthier, but again, I think Justin Jefferson is the best receiver in the NFL and has not been playing like it. So I think he's going to get going this week. Probably have 2 touchdowns.
So for those of you that don't know, we record all of our videos in one sitting, and then we post them throughout the week. We schedule them because we're busy people. Dak has said J.J. McCarthy is on a heater in all 3 of the episodes we've recorded so far.
Got to be 4th.
I just looked at the stats of his last game. He had 56% completion, 143 passing yards, and 2 touchdowns and an interception.
He's on a heater, baby. He's on a heater.
If that's a heater, then man, I'm freezing that winter. Anyways.
He's on a heater.
Let's get to the matchups we don't like.
Getting it done.
I don't like Trevor Lawrence against the Texans. The Texans have a much better defense than the Raiders, and Trevor Lawrence did not look that great against the Raiders. Granted, they did just add Jacoby Myers. I think that could be a nice little fold for them. He's a good receiver. I don't care what anybody says.
Whoa, you know what I just thought about?
What?
That trade was probably talked about during the game. GMs probably got together.
Maybe. I'm glad. I was happy that he got traded. Not that I don't like Jacoby Myers, but it's that he didn't have a place on the team, and I wanted Jack Besh to get minutes. So.
Snaps?
Yeah. Snaps, minutes, whatever the heck you want to say.
More of a snaps thing here.
Listen here, little lady. You get to your matchup I don't like. And don't talk.
My matchup I don't like is Kamani Vidal. He's going against the Pittsburgh Steelers defense, and that defense, if they can take anything away from last week, is that they held Jonathan Taylor in check. And that rush defense was doing its job, got it done. Cam Hayward played really good. TJ Watt played good. And Kamani Vidal has had a few good blow you by weeks, and then he's just like, ugh. So I'm staying away from him. I'm not starting him. I'm not putting him in my lineup this week because there's no way he does anything against that Steelers defense.
Here's another reason why. Because they don't have Joe Alt.
Correct. They just did trade for a lineman.
Yeah, Trevor Penning. He sucks. I watched plenty of Saints football when Derek Carr was our quarterback. He sucks. He's really bad at football.
Could be better than their option they're going at tackle.
No. He plays guard now because he sucked at tackle.
Oh.
The reason Trevor Penning was drafted so highly was because he was an aggressive lineman. And you know what that resulted in the NFL? Penalties, missed blocks, and sucking and being benched. So, I'm glad he's on the Chargers because the Raiders, Max Crosby better freaking tear him a new one next time they play football. So yeah, that was our episode. That was pretty quick. 20 minutes. Those of you, this is not the beginning of the episode, idiot. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff. Let us know down below who you are going to be picking up in your waiver wire. Let us know what brain-dead, boneheaded teammates and league mates you have in your leagues, and who's shouldn't be on the waiver wire. How many points did you drop on your opponent? Did you drop more points than me? Maybe not. Maybe so. If so, maybe that's a fun little way to incorporate the audience in the future. Just throw some fantasy football stuff up on there for them. our performer of the week for the audience. So keep that in mind. If you're here now, we appreciate your viewing. Just stay here for the long haul, and we'll get this show on the road. As always, we know ball. Now you know ball. And we'll see you guys in the next one.